Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's Cynicalex, and we got a tweet and a post today about Marvel Future Fight, and it's not a sneak peek, but it is going to cause a lot of conversation and some controversy in the community, so let's get down to it. We got this tweet today at 11:30 p.m. saying, calling all agents. They're not looking for a casting call here or voice actors or anything. The Marvel Future Fight team is looking to improve our game's quality. Okay, so new fans and longtime players can enjoy. Sure. We have seen and heard our community's responses to the past several updates, okay, and would like to work together to ensure that our future updates can better meet our players' expectations. To help be a part of enhancing the player experience, we're inviting our players to voice their feedback on the forums. And they leave a link here, and when you follow the link, it is this May, not June or July, but the May update celebration, and it's a Q&A/feedback event. And you got to read it to understand. So let's read it first so that we get through this. So, in an effort to improve Marvel Future Fight and our agents' experience, we would like to open a Q&A feedback event. We sincerely want to ensure the game is as fun as possible, so we've outlined topics to help focus your feedback and questions. So they basically want you to fill out these questions and answer them in this form here. You have to go to the Q&A event, and it will be forms that you fill out. Okay. And the questions they want you to answer are, what areas of the game that currently exist could be improved and how? This could be, character models. This could be animations, uniforms, game modes, rewards, whatever, anything, right? The way that the joystick is worked and, all that stuff. What uniforms for existing characters would you like to see? What new characters would you like to see? Okay. Choose from a multitude of currently available Marvel Future Fight content and please share your opinions on what you think requires improvement. This event will be open for 1 week, and then they're going to give everybody 100 boost points. So I do encourage you to do this feedback and this Q&A. The Marvel Future Fight PID, I'm not going to show you mine, but you go into settings, and then you click account, and then you click info. So it's not account, actually, it's info. It's next to, you click info, and you'll see this long number. That's your PID, and that's what you want to click, and that's what you want to copy and paste into this code here. Your code name is obviously your IGN. Mine would be Cynicalex. Yours would be whatever, Booty Crusher 420. And then you answer the 3 questions and you click submit. And this is just a Google form. Okay. I always recommend players fill these out because it's always important to voice your opinion. It's always important to give feedback. And I generally think that these types of things are good. And I generally try to approach these things with optimism and without cynicism. However, this time around, guys, I apologize. I have to be quite cynical. I have to be quite sarcastic. The alarm bells are ringing in my head. So what's wrong? What's wrong with this one, Alex? Why is this Q&A, this survey, why is this one a problem, but none of the other ones have been a problem? Well, if you remember, in January of this year, so 5-6 months ago, they basically posted the same thing. MFF 2020 Content Improvement Survey event. And it was January 17th, 2020. So it was literally, today's the 16th of June. So you go back, right? May, April, March, February, January. 5 months ago, almost on the dot, they released this. And they said, hey, in an effort, does this sound familiar to you? In an effort to help improve Marvel Future Fight and our agents' gaming experience, we've prepared a survey for you. Choose from the multitude of currently available Marvel Future Fight content and share your opinion on what you think is the most interesting and which requires improvements. Choose from the multitude of currently available Marvel Future Fight content and please share your opinions on what you think requires improvement. So they're using almost the exact same language and it's almost the exact same survey. And the rewards are actually worse. The rewards are 100 boost points instead of 100 boost points and a 4-star hero chest. Now, why is this a problem? Well, what happened, right? What happened to the content improvement survey that I was so excited? I made a video about this survey. I encouraged you guys. Look at how many views are on this survey, right? I encouraged you and all these other content creators encouraged the community to go in and really speak out. Conquest needs to be changed. Like the game mode itself needs to be changed, right? It can't be autoplay. It can't be 1 versus 1 versus 1. Timeline battle needs to change dramatically, right? All these game modes, we were like, please change the game modes, give us a new giant boss raid, give us better rewards and more balanced rewards for our effort. I spend 1 minute in co-op and I get better rewards than playing GBR 10 times against Galactus. It doesn't make any sense. What happened to those answers, right? What happened to this? I made this video February 21st. We're working to improve Marvel Future Fight based on your feedback. And they said, what needs to be reworked? Conquest. Has Conquest been reworked? No. The only change they made to Conquest was they improved some of the rewards. Is that good enough? No. Right? That's not content improvement. That's reward improvement, right? If the Marvel Future Fight developers think that content translates to rewards, they're insane, right? The Danger Room, has that been improved? Hardly. They've made small tweaks here and there, but they've barely improved Danger Room. Barely. Timeline Battle. Timeline Battle has not been touched whatsoever. Not a single thing has been done to Timeline Battle. Zero donuts. Absolutely zero. On the other hand, they've changed World Boss multiple times. They did improve the Shadowland rewards, but they need to do that even more, although they haven't added any actual content to Shadowland. And then they gave us a new epic quest that was arguably the laziest and greediest one that we've ever had. So this is why I am so cynical and so in disbelief that they would throw out another one of these surveys when they basically ignored the last survey. And you know what? When I was ragging on them and when I was really getting on Netmarble's case the last few months, saying that where are the results of the survey? Where is the rework to Conquest? Where is the rework to Timeline Battle? For crying out loud, Timeline Battle has not been changed in years, in 4 years almost. How can a game exist for 4 years and the primary player versus player game mode has not been changed, has not been updated, right? How can you actually sit there and think that you're doing a good job as a developer? They should be ashamed of themselves for thinking that that is okay. And then they have the audacity to release another survey. Why should I fill out this survey? I feel complete apathy. Feels completely useless, right? Because you're not listening at all. And the excuse that players were giving me when I was complaining about this, it was, Alex, this is January. They said the updates are planned 6 months in advance. So the thing that I don't understand now, okay, if they plan the updates 6 months in advance, why are they asking us for a survey now? Isn't the next update supposed to be 6 months from January? So isn't the next update supposed to be the first update where we start to see changes? Why wouldn't they wait to see if we like the changes before giving us another survey? They haven't changed anything in Marvel Future Fight. Marvel Future Fight is just as boring as it was 5 months ago. The only difference is squad battle. That's the only difference. And they don't ask about squad battle anywhere here, right? They never released a feedback about squad battle. They never released any sort of survey asking us if we liked squad battle, what we want to change or see in the future for squad battle. So they obviously don't care what we think about squad battle. They listened for a second about the daily rewards in squad battle, and I'm so glad that we were able to pull their ear and really force them to improve the rewards for squad battle. But now we're asking for content changes to squad battle. We want them to rotate the requirements so they're not the same every single week. They're not going to listen, right? They're never going to touch squad battle again. Squad battle is going to stay the same for another 4 or 5 years until it gets deleted or until they finally decide to look at it, because that's what the Marvel Future Fight devs have shown that they do. They make something, it's kind of nice, it's kind of dirty, but it's kind of nice, and then they just release it and they're like, okay, it's gone, it's done. I'm never going to look at it again. Guys, this is not an essay, right? This is a live game. This is a live world. This is a server you've created with millions of players who are all playing daily for days, weeks, months, years consecutively. I have never missed a login in like over 1,000 days. You cannot just release something and never touch it, never tweak it, never improve it. That's just not how it works. You got into the wrong industry. You clearly are in over your head, whoever you are that's running the ship at Marvel Future Fight. You're clearly in over your head because this is what you think it takes to make a game. You're not making a game. You're making a Barbie dress-up game with some gameplay elements. And most of those gameplay elements you're just borrowing from people that made them before. Previous developers, a previous team before this team got gutted or replaced, or I don't know what happened to the Marvel Future Fight team. But the Marvel Future Fight team we have now is not the one that I've been covering for the past 5 years. It's really not. The team that made Galactus GBR, that made the World Boss Ultimates back 2 years ago when the Infinity War update happened, I don't know what happened to those devs. But they are certainly not the devs we have now, because it is shameful to see. It is shameful to see how lazy they've become and how interested in money they are. So yeah, By the way, if you need any further, if you're still confused, if you're still not convinced that they really don't care to follow through on their promises, remember this, guys. The first clear rewards of all ultimate difficulty levels will be reset after the update. Remember that?
It's fiction. We made it up. We made this one up. It's a made-up tale. It's a total fabrication. It never happened. It never happened. This one was invented by a writer. Not this time. It never happened.
It never happened. It never happened, right? So time and time again, we're promised things in Marvel Future Fight, and then they just never, ever come to fruition. Yes, I like my own videos. What? So, this kind of stuff, guys, this really does bother me. The fact that they haven't discussed this at all. The fact that they haven't released anything about this to let us know that they're going to be putting this in a future update or what have you. It's really disappointing that they just sweep these things under the rug. Actually, if you go back to the patch notes, they deleted this from the patch notes to try to scrub it out so you don't find it. Guys, I made a video about it. Other content creators made videos about it. It's going to be there forever. So, stuff like this, the fact that they haven't been listening at all for the past 6 months, to me, this seems like they're not going to be listening at all. So you know what? Let me reread. Let me reread what they posted, and let me read to you what it actually says. Okay, here's what it actually says. Calling all people who want to give us money. The Marvel Future Fight team is looking to improve the game's money making so that we can continue to make money and more money from longtime players and new players. We have seen and heard that our money and the money we make in the game has gone down, and we're actually making less money than we wanted to be making, less money than we were making last year, less money than we were making the year before. So to help us make more money for Marvel Future Fight, we're inviting you to give us more money. So here's what we want you to do. Scratch that. What uniforms for existing characters would you like to spend 1,000 or more crystals purchasing? Which uniforms would you like to not be able to afford unless you purchase a Stark Stash or other things in the game for real money? What new characters would you like to see us put behind a crystal wall or put behind a paywall? Which new characters would you like to see us force you to spend money to obtain? We would like to we're basically crowdsourcing, right? We want to find out how many of you are willing to pay for Sentry or willing to pay for Null or whatever, or new uniform for Venom or what have you. And we're gonna use that to just try and make as much money out of you as possible, because we really don't care. Remember, guys, we're gonna make false claims, and we're going to lie to you about Black Widow being in the tier 3 selector, about reworking Timeline Battle and Danger Room, about giving you things that we promised you in a dev note and we put in the patch notes, and then we just took it out. We're gonna make all these empty promises, we're gonna take them all back, and then we're gonna say, hey, wouldn't you like to give us more money in future updates? The thing that I feel, honestly, is that this thing is basically just they're losing money. My honest assessment is that they're losing money and they're scared and they want to try and soothe the community. So they're like, okay, we're going to release another survey. We're going to pretend like we're listening to the players. We're going to pretend that we want their feedback. They're going to feel heard, right? They're going to hope that the content creators back them up and reinforce that. Obviously, I'm kind of done with all this BS, so I'm not backing them up. But they're going to hope that this is going to basically, do this. Oh, it's okay. And that all the players that weren't spending will start spending again, because they'll be like, wow, Netmarble they're really listening this time, guys. I think they learned their lesson. So yeah, jokes on Netmarble and jokes on Marvel Future Fight. I'm still not spending a penny in this game. Obviously, you're welcome to do whatever you want. If you think that this is a turning point for the game and that it's going to get all better now, you're more than welcome to spend. I have absolutely zero judgment whatsoever for players that spend. That might sound, unbelievable, but really it's not. I am just going to continue to play the game as best as I can without spending money. Obviously, I have the luxury of getting 5,000 crystals a month from the Star Creator program, and it is a bit hypocritical, or it sounds a little bit like, take with one hand, bite with the other, for me to like, denigrate Netmarble, but then accept the 5,000 crystals. But I try to balance bringing you guys new content and covering the game for you and showing you what's new and what's good and what's bad, with a balance of calling them out for stuff that I feel is just completely disingenuous. If they had made, I'll say this, if they had made a serious attempt, and if they had tried, even if they failed, even if they had failed to improve Conquest and Danger Room and Timeline Battle, I don't really care. If they had just tried to improve those game modes and we had seen them, we had seen the improvements, we had seen them try, that would, to me, that would be enough. But they're not even trying. So until they try, I'm not taking this seriously at all, right? I'm not taking this seriously at all. So yeah, it's a bit disappointing, but it is what it is. If you had to ask me, you know, what area, I'm not even going to answer these questions. These questions are a joke. This is just, I just see this as money. So I'm not even answering these questions. What areas of the game that currently exist could be improved and how? Okay, I'll take this survey seriously for 5 seconds. Well, not for 5 seconds, for a few minutes here. So, you know, obviously a lot can be changed in the game. One area that I harp on consistently is game modes. I also think events in general need to be improved because they are very stale and they follow the exact same formula day in and day out. So I really think that the team needs to look hard in the mirror and just be creative for once in your life. Seriously, just be creative. Guys, you're just copy pasting. Everything you guys have done in the last, you know, everything you do in between updates is just copy paste. You're just a copy paste team, right? The only thing you guys do new is you change the color of the token. That's it. And you add one new item, right? That I suggested, which was the moving icons. So you, like, guys, come on. Well, why do you only take my bad ideas? Why don't you take my good ideas, okay? So you want some good ideas? This whole shit, this whole panel needs to be reworked, top to bottom. The only game mode here that's worth anything at all is Danger Room. Danger Room is a really fun game mode, but the rewards are just not good enough. The rewards are just not good enough. If you want us to play with other people and you want us to engage in this constantly, you need to improve the rewards. Stop being so stingy. Stop being so greedy and so petty and give us better rewards. It's not going to kill the game. You're killing the game now by doing what you think is best. So obviously your way doesn't work. Being greedy and squeezing the players for like 10,000 gold. Bro, what do I give a shit about 10,000 gold? 10,000 gold doesn't get you anything. Look at this. 10,000 gold in Danger Room is a joke. What am I going to buy with 10,000 gold? 0.6 lash bios? Come on, dude. Like, grow up. Seriously. You guys are clowns. Okay? So you gotta improve the rewards of Danger Room. And then timeline battle. How difficult is this? Check this out. This is another Netmarble game. This is King of Fighters All-Star. Fighting games are known for focusing on PvP, so all they have to do is copy some of the best parts of this game and they are set. So we're gonna go over to match, which is also PvP, and look at this. They've got 5 different setups for PvP. They have friendly matches. You can go into a friendly match and you can invite someone. You can set your team and you can invite someone. You can set a password, you can give them the password, and they will join your game and they will play with you. How cool is that? Okay, so maybe they can't do live PvP. Okay, fine. So what else can they do? Okay, so this is AI PvP. This is not, you can see it's AI. It's not, these are not real players waiting to play with me. This is AI. So they can do this. What's with League Match? Oh, look at this. Season guide. We've got rules, match rules, fighter entry condition. Wow, so there are rules, and the rules change this season. A season lasts a week, and it changes. Sometimes you can use all fighters. Sometimes you can only use fighters that are balance type, or defense type, or attack type. Wow, crazy. Imagine, only blast, only combat, only speed. Wild. Sometimes you have to kill everyone on the team. Sometimes you only have to beat one person. Okay, cool. On top of having this, what's this? Infinite battle. They have more PvP. Look at this. There's 2 different types of PvP. There's PvP where you can use all of your fighters, and you can use the strongest ones that you have on your roster that are like your pay to win, your whale. And then look at this. We have another PvP game mode over here where you can't use your strongest. Now you have to use your weaker characters or your characters that are not so pay to win. Wow. So there's balancing for free to play and pay to win or whale players. Look at that. 3 types of PvP on top of the friendly match, on top of time attack, which is a completely different thing. It's like PvE content, but it's cool, and you compete with other players to have the fastest time. So there is sort of a PvP element there. Look at this with all these players here, rank, trying to get the highest rank, and they're getting rewards like crystals. Yep, they get crystals for ranking in the time frame. And then on top of that, you have championship. And championship, if you may not have guessed, you have other rules here. Look at this. There's so many different rules. You have cards being applied or not being applied, and then you can choose who you're going to bring in, and then you get to ban some of your opponent's characters. You choose 5, but you only get to bring 3. So you get to ban 2 of the characters your opponent brings, and they ban 2 of your characters. and then you play live PvP. I'm not saying they can copy everything from King of Fighters, but holy crap. If they can copy, or if they can improve on half of this stuff, if they can just take 1 or 2 of these game modes here for PvP and introduce into MFF, we are going to be laughing. You know, sometimes it's really hard for me to make these videos and to really, you know, criticize Netmarble and stuff, because I've been doing it for so long. And to be honest, sometimes it feels like it's just falling on deaf ears, because we've been begging them. I have videos as far back, years ago, as far back as 2017, begging them to improve timeline battle, and they have never done anything to this game mode. They are just lazy and careless. All they want is our money, and I've come to realize it. My eyes have been open, and I've come to realize it. And I play other games, and those developers do more for the game, update the game more frequently, listen to the players more. It's literally the complete opposite of Marvel Future Fight. So until I see the Netmarble Monster devs bending over backwards to not only listen to players, but actually follow through on what players are asking for, I completely refuse to engage in their nonsense circus and perpetuate their fake news about we're listening and we're gonna take your improvements into consideration. They're gonna take the improvements that they think they can make money off of. Everything else that's actually for the enjoyment of the game, because remember guys, we're supposed to be playing a game. All that stuff, they don't want that. They don't want us to have fun. They want us to feel frustrated. They want us to hit roadblocks so that we can go over here and be, oh, you know what? I really want to get that one thing, or I'm really trying to beat that boss. I guess it's okay. I guess I'll just buy this. It's fine this one time. And then one time becomes 2 times, and 2 times becomes 10 times, and now you're just spending for the sake of spending, and then 5 years later you're on YouTube and you realize, damn, they got me. So, yeah, hopefully I'm wrong. That's honestly, that's the biggest thing. I hope I'm wrong. I really do. I don't think I'm wrong, but I really sincerely, genuinely hope that I'm wrong, because if I'm wrong, this game has a bright future ahead of it, which is what I've always said until very recently. If I'm right, it's a real disappointment. It was a game that had a lot of potential. It was really a game that had a lot of potential, and I feel like in the last 12 months, it's been mishandled terribly. And especially in the last 6 months, the last 6 months worth of updates have been almost universally disliked by the majority of players. So yeah, hopefully the next update will be a banger, although I have no reason to think that it will be, but hopefully it will be. Let me know what you guys think of the survey. Let me know what you think of my feedback, if you think I'm being too harsh, or if you think I'm being unfair or hypocritical or whatever. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for supporting me, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.